one. When the first term is 3 and the sum of the first n terms are given here, s sub n, and the sum of the next terms are s sub m, so these are two different sequences, the first n terms and the second n terms. We're going to find the common difference when 3 times our sum of the first n terms equals our sum of our next terms. So let's look at this. We're going to use this formula, and I want to first look at this so we can simplify this to get 3s sub n here. So what I'm going to do is write s sub m out. So I hope you can see this. Here it is. But what I'm going to do is make an equivalent expression by including a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus dot 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 plus a sub n, and then add this part here, plus a sub n plus 1 plus a sub n plus 2 plus dot 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 plus a sub 2n. Now, this is not equivalent to this because we added this part right in here. So I'm going to have to subtract it out. So I'm going to put it down here. Subtract it out. A sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus dot 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 plus a sub n. All right. So now what we have is this is equivalent because this sequence minus this sequence gives me back to my original sequence here. However, what I can do now is look at this part here. Now, if you just look at this part, look at your last term, and that would be equal to the sum of 2n. And then minus, then look at this part, this would be minus the sum of the first n terms, or whatever the n terms there. All right. So now let's look at this. We have 3s sub n. I'm saying sub for subscript. Okay, that equals s sub m. But s sub m equals this. So let's write that equals s sub 2n minus s sub n. All right, so basically we have 3s sub n equals s sub 2n minus s sub n. And that's what I wanted. I wanted everything in terms of n. So now let's go ahead and add this to both sides. And therefore we get 4s sub n equals s of 2n. Now from here, what we're going to do is use this formula right here. All right, and don't forget our first term is 3 because we're going to need our first term right there. So let's do that. We're going to have, let me write it down, 4s sub n equals s sub 2n. All right, using our formula, for this side, we get 4 times, and I'm using this formula here, n times 2 times your first term, which is 3, plus, and you're using this n, so that's going to be n minus 1 times d. All right. And then we can divide by 2. It has it out here. I'm just going to put it underneath here. So that's going to be 2. Now, let's do this one. So this one's just going to be 2 times n, and then we're going to have 2 times 3, and then our n is 2n, so this is going to be plus 2n minus 1 times d. And then again, we're dividing by 2. Okay, when you cross multiply or simplify, let's just go ahead and simplify. So we'll just, this will be 2, this will be 1. So basically we get n, or 2n for this one, 2n, this is 6, plus, and I'm going to go ahead and distribute, n d minus d equals, now these two cancel out, so you get n, and then we have 6 for this part, plus 2nd minus d. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and simplify further. This will give us, by distributing, 12n plus 2n squared d minus 2nd, and also do this one. So this will give you 6n plus 2n squared d minus nd. Now simplifying this, we're going to get 6n. These two cancel out. So basically, you subtract the 6n, and we're going to get 6n equals, and when you add this to both sides, nd. All right, or you can say n times 6 minus d equals 0. Now, since n can't be 0, you can't just have 0 terms and do this. We just have to look at this. So you have 6 minus d equals 0. Therefore, your common difference is 6 when you solve for d. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.